Mumbai this Friday. Well, with India's ongoing COVID vaccination drive and the number of cases falling in most states, many people have started traveling again. Lucky them. Well, our next guest is looking to capitalize on the pent-up demand in domestic tourism. Joining us exclusively is Kavinder Singh, MD and CEO of Mahindra Holidays, one of India's leading leisure hospitality providers. Good to have you with us, Kavinder. Give us a sense of whether we're really seeing revenge travel returning, and what are you seeing in terms of demand?
I think as I was just thinking about today morning, Friday and this weekend and the prior weekends, we are running full. So does that say it all? I think there is revenge travel. There is people who are heading out to leisure destinations. Almost all of our resorts are running full right now.
Are all your resorts open right now?
Yes, we have about 90% of our resorts, about 64 of the 70 resorts which are open right now. And on the weekends, we run full. But if I were to look at our occupancies in July, we closed the month at about 72%. Q1, we were at about 51%. We are looking ahead with August and September with lots of confidence. We have lots of bookings ahead, which give us the confidence that this quarter we might close our occupancies upwards of 75%.
And Kavinder, tell us a bit more about your room inventory targets now. What is it for the current fiscal year, and how does it play into 2025?
All right, so we have actually gone on record that we are now about 4,200 room units. Our room units are larger because, as you know, we are in vacation ownership business. And so we are committed to get to about 5,500 plus in about 3 years. So almost on an equal basis. So we should be adding between 300 to 400 room units definitely this year. And we have a very good pipeline of properties that we are looking at for acquisition, as well as our own development going on, as well as the leasing opportunities.
Kavinder, hold on a second. I just want to bring some breaking news to our viewers right now. This is according to the South China Morning Post here, from China postponing that vote on adding the anti-sanctions law in Hong Kong. There were talks that they were going to be discussing this at the MPC in the next couple of days. What we're hearing, according to SCMP, that vote has been postponed. No details yet as to why, but this certainly is going to be impacting a lot of the businesses here. At least right now, we're hearing that there is a postponement on that. We'll bring you the latest a little bit later on. Let's bring back Kavinder Singh, talking a little bit more about the hotel sector, of course, and what this means as, of course, India emerges out of this COVID outbreak. Kavinder, tell us a bit more about that CapEx plans then for you guys. How does this reopening change how you spend now? Is there any kind of CapEx plans in the pipeline you could tell us about?
Yeah, actually, even during the pandemic, we have been investing into building new resorts. So we believe that, over a period of time, we will definitely be able to see pandemic waning. And in any case, we are learning to live with it. And as I told you, that we are seeing very, very high occupancies. So our business plans are centered around the fact that the leisure is going to grow. And we have planned to add, as I mentioned to you, take our room count from 4,200 to about 5,500 plus. And therefore, we are looking at least $150 million US dollars kind of investment playing out in the next 2 to 3 years for us to be able to add that kind of room inventory, whether through acquisitions or through our own development.
Kavinder, because of the pandemic, you delayed plans for your property management business. What's the update on that?
Okay, here again, there is a good news because that property management business is about being asset-right business. We are not going to be investing too much money there to build properties because that's all about managing properties. So therefore, that plan is moving ahead. We are looking at adding upscale properties and leisure destinations. And the idea, I think I haven't mentioned earlier, but I would like to share here, is that when we manage properties and leisure destinations, we have obviously a right to win because we are the largest leisure hospitality provider in India. And if I were to look at our vacation ownership member base, which includes the Finnish member base, as you know, we have a company in Finland. Our member base is upwards of 300,000, so which we are probably the largest vacation ownership provider in terms of member base outside of North America. So we believe that our ability to manage resorts will give us two things. One, access to the inventory, room inventory to our members, and also we will be able to target the customers to look at our vacation ownership options for our core business. So we see this as an adjacency, and we are looking ahead to move quickly into this business very soon.
So move quickly. Can you clarify a little bit? Have you lined up any hotels at this time, Kavinder?
So at this moment of time, the brand development work is going on, and the hotels are also being looked at, and it's a matter of time. We would like to really look at opening up as I mentioned, in the upper upscale category, and that is going to be happening in leisure destinations. So yes, pandemic did delay us, but we are now looking to move ahead rather fast.
Kavinder, such big plans, but we're also on the cusp of perhaps a third wave for COVID-19 in India. How much of a risk is that to your plans?
So one of the things that we learned in the second wave, I just want to bring one very interesting fact to your notice. In Q4, vaccination in India hadn't even started properly, and we saw 85% occupancy in Q4 in our resorts. Now, here is the thing that in the April, May, June quarter, while the second wave did dent our let's say the recovery because we were doing very well in Q4, but we recovered very, very quickly from mid-June onwards. And I mentioned in July as already that we are hitting 72% kind of occupancies. So which means what? We've learned to deal with this wave, which is the second wave was quite devastating. My belief is the third wave, if it all happens, won't be as devastating. And more importantly, we have learned to ramp up and ramp down our operations. And therefore, I believe that we will be able to deal with third wave as and when it happens.
Kavinder, thank you so much for your time today. Kavinder Singh, Mahindra Holidays and Resorts, India. Let's take a look at where Indian markets are.